There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org. There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org. There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org. There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org. There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org. There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org. There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org. There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org. There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org. There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.
Hard work. hard work.
Hard work.
You're listening to the Bulldog Sports Network, brought to you by Lowe Sporting Goods, your athletic specialist. This is the Bulldog Sports Network on the home of Union College Athletics, WYWI 93.3, and online at ucbulldogs.com. Now here's the voice of the Bulldogs, John North.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Robeson Arena on the campus of beautiful Union College in Barberville, Kentucky, where tonight we have a game on tap as the Union College Bulldogs will look to get some revenge on the men's side on a loss earlier in the year. Second game of the season, Union dropped an 84-77 contest to Alice Lloyd College Eagles in their second game of the year as Alice Lloyd's first game. Since the Eagles soared over the Bulldogs, the two teams have went in completely two different directions. Alice Lloyd now posts a 7-6 record overall and 2-1 in the KIAC, where Union has rattled off to 11-3 and 6-1 in the AAC. Union, for the first time this season, folks, will be playing with a full deck, as DeAndre Stevens, the sophomore out of Cincinnati, Ohio, will take control of the point guard position for the Bulldogs. So the team you see tonight could be the team you see make a run in the conference championship later on in the year. But can they redeem themselves in the worst loss of the season over Alice Lloyd? Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Bulldog Sports Network. I'm the voice of the Bulldogs, John North, with a big hello to all of our friends, family, and alumni who have tuned in to the Bulldog Sports Network. We have a lot of action coming up for you. We even have a special guest interview coming up a little later, as instead of Coach Burton, it was Coach Tanner Massey joining me here on the BSN pregame. I know there's a lot of basketball action going on out there tonight. Knox Central and Barberville will take place later on in the evening as well. Around 7:30, they'll tip off a big game here in our area. A couple of players on either of these teams both have some interest in that game. Vested interest. We'll have more on that a little later. As we're going to take a break, stay tuned as you're listening to the Bulldog Sports Network.
I'm at the top of my class.
I am pursuing a double major.
I am a student athlete.
I am pursuing a postgraduate degree.
I am a helping hand.
I am from England.
I am an aspiring artist.
I am a future doctor.
I'm a soldier.
I am inspired.
No matter what describes us or what our goals may be, there is one thing we all have in common.
Together we are Union.
Think big about a small school. Think Union. Visit unionky.edu.
I'm the first college graduate in my family.
I am a fan of classic literature.
I am a fine arts major.
I am strong in my faith.
I am a fitness fanatic.
I am a champion.
I am working my way through college.
I am ambitious.
I am a Southern Belle.
I am a single parent in college.
No matter what describes us or what our goals may be, there is one thing we all have in common.
Together we are Union.
Think big about a small school. Think Union. Visit unionky.edu.
Well, Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bulldog Sports Network. I'm the voice of the Bulldogs, John North, alongside absolutely nobody this time around, as John Riddle has to do his game management duties down there at the scores table, so he's going to be doing PA tonight. Also, John Gatto, our assistant SID, he calls some games with me sometimes. He's going to be doing stats. So just me by my lonesome up here this evening in the catbird seat, but glad to have you with us right here on the Bulldog Sports Network and live on Channel 62, local Barberville coverage. You Barberville folks can listen to the Knox Central and Barberville game there online at Mix 96, our sister station. Mike and Mike do a great job over there, and then you can watch me. You can don't turn me down all the way, though, to listen to them. Anyway, looking at these two teams on paper, it's Union College versus Alice Lloyd. To out-of-conference tilt for Union before they go on the road. A huge matchup against Bryan College. It was announced yesterday. Both Bryan and Union receiving votes in the NAI national poll there on the Division II side. Union had a little bit of a hangover coming out of New Year's as they had a grinded-out game against St. Andrews. They pulled away in that contest at the end and pulled away and won that one. But it was Union who is receiving votes now. Had they not had that not awful loss, but a bad loss there to Cumberland's out of the Division I end of the NAIA pool, and it could have been ranked in the top 25 this week, so a very interesting note there, something to keep your eye on. Stay tuned to ucbulldogs.com for all your information on that one, and also our Twitter and our Facebook pages, both of those, and always keep you updated on what the Bulldogs are doing, even when I'm not calling a game. That being said, though, as Union, they're receiving votes in the NAIA Division II coaches poll, comes in 11-3 overall, improving to 6-1 after they had to grind it out against St. Andrews, 52-49. On Saturday, Michael Buter led the Bulldogs in that one. If you wasn't tuned in, he scored 14 points. Buter had a huge and one and a huge three-pointer down the stretch. He had a three-pointer, and then he went to the line for a tough 1-and-1, made them both. Definitely helped the Bulldogs in that one. The Bulldogs shown that they can grind it out this season, and also shown that they can run up and down the floor with the best of them. So very interesting to see how Alice Lloyd plans to attack the Bulldogs this evening, because last time out it was the Eagles, when these two teams faced, was the Eagles up at Alice Lloyd. Always such a tough place to play there in the mountains of Pippa Pass, just a little past Hazard, Kentucky. Always tough when you go up there and play, as the Bulldogs, they will retreat to their locker room. You see right underneath here, it's Coach Burton takes a wave to the crowd there. But it is Alice Lloyd. Last time out, Alice Lloyd zoned Union a little bit, caused them to take some bad shots. Union shot poorly from three. Alice Lloyd came away with the victory, but as of note, it was Tyler Rogers, the 6'8 sophomore out of Lexington, Kentucky, averages 14 a game. 7 rebounds a game, had 31 and 16 against the Bulldogs the last time out. So, going to have to rope him in a little bit if you want to have a chance. He cannot come away with 11 offensive rebounds like last time if you want to win this contest. And we'll get more on that a little later, as I do have our interview with Coach Massey coming up. So we're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll have Coach Massey for you. You're listening to the Bulldog Sports Network.
EU.
I'm the first college graduate in my family.
I am a fan of classic literature.
I am a fine arts major.
I am strong in my faith.
I am a fitness fanatic.
I am a champion.
I am working my way through college.
I am ambitious.
I am a Southern Belle.
I am a single parent in college.
No matter what describes us or what our goals may be, there is one thing we all have in common.
Together we are Union.
Think big about a small school. Think Union. Visit unionky.edu.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bulldog Sports Network. I'm the voice of the Bulldogs, alongside assistant coach, this time Coach Tanner Massey. Coach, what's up?
Man, just hanging out, trying to get my mind right for this game. Should be a good test for our guys. I'm excited.
Absolutely. It's nice to have you up here, somebody that I can get a word in edgewise, because usually I ask Coach Burton how he's doing, and he just answers every question that I have for him, and he leaves nothing for me to ask him. So I'm like, okay, we're done. And he's like, I only asked one question. And I'm like, well, you took up all the time talking. So.
Oh, yeah, a little change of pace, and I'm a first-timer, so, you lead the way.
Absolutely, that's what I do best. But last time out, you guys grinded out game against St. Andrews. A couple practices since then. How's practice gone since that St. Andrews game? And how did you like getting that win against a grinded out win nonetheless against St. Andrews?
Well, St. Andrews, we knew what we were going to get out of them.
Mm-hmm.
We knew it was going to be a low possession type game. one that we were going to have to work for in many areas. And, it was definitely not an easy game to win, but we found a way. We kept grinding, and so far, since that game, practices, in my coach's opinion, have been pretty well. Guys realize that we can't go out there and perform like that every game and expect to win. And I think our guys are ready for the challenge to get better and really improve after that game. So.
Absolutely. Well, tonight, as we turn the page, going out of conference against Alice Lloyd, you will have, me and Coach Burton have been talking, you will have a full deck tonight, as full deck as you're going to have. I know Tyler Wagner still out with an injury, but a couple of guys who are eligible now after the break are eligible tonight. Are you looking forward to that?
Very much so. Last game was the first game for Maurice Turner, who came in and did a lot for us. He gave us some much-needed help at the point guard spot, and Tashawn Harrison, it was his second game, first game at home. He came in and made some big shots for us, really helped us out defensively also. But, we get DeAndre Stevens back, for the game tonight for the first time, and he's very excited. It's been a long time since he's played in a college game. Our guys are excited because he really helps us in practice. He's helped us in practice all year, and he's been a leader for us, and not only for our point guards, but everybody on the team looks up to him because of what he provides. And it's going to be great to have him on the floor, and we expect him to go out there and make the easy plays. We understand, Coach and I understand he's going to be antsy, but we're encouraging him to go out and just make the simple play, make the point guard play, be the floor general, and lead our team like he does in practice.
I noticed for games he's been sitting over there between you and Coach Burton. So has he gained any knowledge sitting over there with you guys?
Oh yeah. And, I'm always asking him questions about what he sees and certain actions that the opposing team may run, things he may hear from the opposing team bench or something like that. It's always good just to have another set of eyes, and especially from a point guard spot. I think he loves the game and he sees the game differently than a lot of other players on our team. So it's been fun, and I've tried to help him as well with how we see the game as coaches.
Well, last time out, second game of the season, you guys went up to Alice Lloyd. Always a tough place to play. Dropped that one 84-77. What did Alice Lloyd do to kind of disrupt your guys' rhythm and come out with a win?
They came out and got us early in that game. They did a great job of attacking the glass. Give them all the credit. They had 23 offensive rebounds against us.
I think they're not to interrupt you. I think their big guy had 15, 11, something like that, offensive boards by himself. So.
Oh yeah. He was an All-American in that game, and I mean, I give him all the credit. He played very well against us, and but we didn't do a great job of giving him some resistance, and that's something that we hope to do tonight, and really work hard of keeping everybody out of the paint. It's going to be a great challenge. They played well. They were able to drive it and get into the lane and kick it out. So we got to do a great job of guarding the ball and making it hard for their wings to catch. And if we do those things, we rebound the ball well, we talk, and we sprint the floor. We always like our chances when we do those three things.
Absolutely. So there's your keys to the game. Any final thoughts for you?
Not too much.
Are you sore from playing pickup yesterday?
Oh, a little bit. I couldn't play today. I got a bum knee, but we again, last couple of practices have been really good, and I know having DeAndre, here with us, and Mo and Tashawn has picked up the energy level of our team and our players. So everybody's just excited about the opportunity to play as a full team almost. Hope to have Wagner back at some point, but it's going to be a fun game, and we're definitely not looking past this team, and we got a lot of work to do in order to win. But I'm excited, and we expect to do the little things in order to win this game.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Yes, sir.
We're out back with starting lineups. You're listening to the Bulldog Sports Network.
I'm at the top of my class.
I am pursuing a double major.
I am a student athlete.
I am pursuing a postgraduate degree.
I am a helping hand.
I am from England.
I am an aspiring artist.
I am a future doctor.
I'm a soldier.
I am inspired.
No matter what describes us or what our goals may be, there is one thing we all have in common.
Together we are Union.
Think big about a small school. Think Union. Visit unionky.edu.
I'm the first college graduate in my family.
I am a fan of classic literature.
I am a fine arts major.
I am strong in my faith.
I am a fitness fanatic.
I am a champion.
I am working my way through college.
I am ambitious.
I am a Southern Belle.
I'm a single parent in college.
No matter what describes us or what our goals may be, there is one thing we all have in common.
Together we are Union.
Think big about a small school. Think Union. Visit unionky.edu.
I'm the first college graduate.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bulldog Sports Network, as our national anthem has been played, and we are ready for starting lineups. First, for the visiting Alice Lloyd Eagles, number 5, Tyler Brewer, the 6-foot freshman out of Baxter, Tennessee. Number 10, Isaac Wilson, the 5'10 senior out of Corbin, Kentucky. Number 32, Tyler Rogers, the 6'8 sophomore out of Lexington, Kentucky. Number 34, Cody Melcott, the 6'6 sophomore out of Jellicoe, Tennessee. And number 45, Cody Stumbo, 6'4 junior out of Bowling Green. And now for the Union College Bulldogs. Number 5, Fitzgerald White getting the start tonight, the junior forward. 6'7 out of Miami, Florida. Number 14, Michael Buter, the freshman out of Newport, Kentucky. Number 33, Gerard Newby, the freshman out of Lexington, Kentucky. Number 54, Deontay Johnson, the junior out of 6'8 junior out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and making his first start of his first game of his career at Union College. Number 31, DeAndre Stevens, the sophomore 5'10 guard out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Union coached by Kevin Burton. They come in 11-3 overall, 6-1 in the AAC. Alice Lloyd comes in 7-6, 2-1 in the KIAC. They're head coached by J.R. Hammond. Breaking down the tail of the tape just a little bit as Union leads it in field goal percentage against Alice Lloyd, 50-45. 3-point percentage, Union leads that one 33% to 29%. Free throw percentage, 70 for Union, 65 for Alice Lloyd. Points per game, Union averaging 89.6, 78.7 for Alice Lloyd. Your rebounds per game, Union owns that one too, 41.1 to 34.7. Union looking to redeem themselves tonight. As we're about to tip it up, Union will be wearing white uniforms with black and orange trimming, black numerals and letters on the side. Alice Lloyd in their black uniforms, blue trimming with blue numbers and lettering. Just about to tip things off as Union over here right under their goal. As quickly here, a quick note as Union, this is a Union home game, folks, but a lot of Alice Lloyd fans have made their way into the gym tonight. As a couple local guys, Devin Mills played for Barberville for 4 years. I had the honor of calling his games in high school, and also Isaac Wilson. He's from Corbin as well, so not a far trip to watch some of these guys play. Jellicoe, Tennessee, Cody Melcott, that's just right down the road. And Jordan Atkins as well from Corbin. As Deontay and Rogers is going to step it in the center circle. Union will be going left to right. Alice Lloyd going right to left as we're going to tip things off. Right now, Deontay wins the tip, but he pushes it back. Going to be won by Brewer, and he hands it off to Wilson. Wilson going to be guarded by Stevens. He angles right, dribbles back to the mid-front court. Now over to Stamper. Stamper getting the start up there on the scoreboard. I didn't see that as there's a wild shot by the Eagles, but Buter touched it last on the baseline, and the Bulldogs had a chance there, but the Eagles are going to keep it. As Wilson's going to inbound for the Eagles. If they try a lob down the middle, instead they go to Stamper. Wide open in the corner. Nobody go out there to cover. Missed it. And now out in front of everybody is Newby. Newby all by himself down the lane. Left side up good for Newby. 2-0 is your lead. Union over Alice Lloyd. Wilson, cross-court pass over to Rogers. Rogers right-handed dribble. Walking Deontay down into the paint. Instead, kicks it out to Brewer. Brewer attacks the paint. Out to Wilson. Wilson pump fake. One dribble now of the quarter. Stamper. Stamper goes left baseline. Tries to kick it to nobody as he is covered up. Now kicks it back out to Wilson. Wilson's going to reset the offense. He was working on Buter. Goes middle. Kicks it back out to Brewer. Brewer no-look pass into Rogers. Up and good for 2. 2-2 is your score. Stevens walks it over the logo and over the timeline. 2-2 is your score. Union and Alice Lloyd. Stevens over to Buter on the left wing. Now back out front to Stevens. He goes over to White. White inside to Deontay on the right block. Goes up. Double team blocked by Rogers. Going the other way. Brewer leading everybody. Angling right. Looks to go baseline. Instead kicks it back out to Wilson, who's guarded by Newby. That's a mismatch. Wilson tries to attack. Instead kicks it out to Stamper. Stamper attacks the middle. Goes right side. Pump fake on the block. Pump fake again. Fadeaway jumper. No good. Rebounded hard by Newby. But it's taken away from him by Stumbo. Stumbo almost had a bucket there, but he missed it and rebounded. Now going the other way. Stevens attacks the middle of the Alice Lloyd zone. Now going inside to Johnson. Johnson up. No good. Stumbo with a rebound on the weak side. 2-2 serious score. It's been a battle for both teams thus far. Wilson attacking the other way. Over on that left wing, right in front of the Union bench. One-hand pass across court to Rogers. Rogers sinks the 3 from the corner. 5-2. Alice Lloyd on top. Stevens out front as he sets the offense. Over to Buter. Now back out front to Stevens. Stevens eyeing the zone defense. Now it's a little isolation over to the left side. Out front to Fitzgerald White. White down the lane. Corner for Buter. 3 on the way. No good. Rims out. Buter tries to chase down on rebound. May have knocked Wilson out of the way to get it. No call as Buter keeps it alive at the top of the key. Buter picks up his dribble. Now to the corner for White. White, left-hand dribble baseline. Goes up. Nice dish over to Deontay. Deontay can't handle it. It goes out of bounds. Fitzgerald White with a little no-look dish into Deontay Johnson. He wasn't ready for it. As Tarek Smith checking in now, and Newby subbing out. First sub of the game. As now Archie Adams slow to come off the bench, but he's subbing in as well. He's going to come in for Deontay. Deontay a little slow start. First couple of subs here as Alice Lloyd leads Union 5-2. 17:06 left to play in this one. As down the lane goes Stumbo. He's going to dribble it off his hands and almost out of bounds, but it's saved in by Adams to Tarek. Deontay Stevens with a long 3, no good. Archie Adams, the offensive rebound goes up, no good. Tipped in by White, no. Knocked out of there by Rogers, no. And now a hook shot by Tarek Smith, don't go. Somebody just could bring it out and reset the offense as Buter with a bounce pass goes off of Fitzgerald White's feet and out of bounds. Union a little slow off the gate here. They had a couple of chances offensive board there, couldn't put it in. 5-2's your score, 16:40 to play. Brewer brings it over the timeline. Over to Stumbo, now back out front to Brewer. He has to chase it down. Attacks middle, back over to Stumbo, the far corner to Stamper. Stamper tries to go into Stumbo, but Rogers winds up with it. Now it's on the floor. Coach Burton may thought he was going to call a timeout there, but he doesn't. 5-2's your score. And that's going to be a foul on Tyler Rogers. I guess Rogers trying to dive for it there. Couldn't get to it. Stevens brings it over the timeline. Off to Buter on the left wing. Buter, right-handed dribble back to the front court. Now attacks the lane, goes up with a little floater. He ran into his own man. Nonetheless, in 4-2. 5-4's your score. As Wilson has his pocket picked by Stevens. Stevens going the other way. Dish off to White. White, no-look pass into Buter from the left block. No good. Tipped around by Archie. Adams puts it up, blocked from behind by Brewer. That's going to be a foul on Brewer. It's going to send Archie Adams to the line for 2. Archie sizes this one up, and it's good. 5-5 is your score now. 15:56 to play in the first half. Adams steps to the line for the next one. It's up and good. As now Tashawn Hairston subs in the game along with Tremaine Elias. Buter's going to take a seat along with Derek Smith. Union going to bring on the pressure. Also slipping in on me there is Maurice Turner. He's subbing in as well. Isaac Wilson, trap. He breaks the trap all by himself. Two-hand chest pass up ahead to Rogers. Roberts goes baseline. And it's going to be a charge as Watt had his feet set on the block. And takes the charge. Now quickly off the bench once again. Derek Smith coming back into the game along with Deontay Johnson. Tremaine Elias comes out along with Archie Adams. Now Buter comes back out and Harrison comes out. 6-5 is your score. Union leading. Turner doing point guard duties now. Brings it over the timeline. Now back out front to White. White. Over to the right wing for Tarek. Tarek long three on the way. No good. Rims out. Rebounded by Turner. Turner going to take the 16-foot jumper. Good. Turner got the offensive rebound. Nobody was around him, so smooth jump shot for Turner. Turner, a junior out of Orlando, Florida. As subbing in there's number 11, Nick Litton. And there's a bucket for Alice Lloyd. 7-8 is your score. Union on top of Alice Lloyd. Caught me looking down at my notes there. Alice Lloyd scoring quick. 14:57 to play. Union has the lead by 1. Inside to Smith. Little 10-foot jumper is good. Union offense-wise coming easy here in the last couple of possessions. As Wilson calls out the play as he brings it over the timeline, guarded by Turner. He angles right. Way out, though, as he tries to rock Turner to sleep there. Spin move down the middle, goes up. Nice way to shield his body, but Turner bats it away, but Turner stepped on the line. Turner had the steal, but he stepped on the inline. So Alice Lloyd's going to keep it with 18 on the shot clock. 10-7 is your score. Brewer wants it over there in the corner, but instead Wilson goes far out to Stumbo. Stumbo tells somebody to come get it, and it's going to be Brewer to come out. Brewer, guarded by Buter. Goes up for the floater, no good. Rebounded by, thought it was going to be rebounded by Union, but I believe Tarek Smith shoved off on the baseline. Indeed, he did. To get that rebound, that's 3 team fouls for Alice Lloyd, only 1 for the Bulldogs, and that was the first one on Tarek Smith. As quickly, DeAndre Stevens is in for Maurice Turner. Coach Burton not afraid to use his bench, as everybody over there on that bench, you can better believe that they'll get playing time some way or another. He's not a firm believer in sticking with one starting lineup, as Wilson has his shot blocked hard by Deontay Johnson. Now out to Stevens. Stevens head up. Wastes his way over the timeline. Pull-up jumper, no good. Back iron, rebounded offensively for the time being by Deontay Johnson, but it goes out of bounds. But Union's going to keep it on the baseline. Stevens to inbound. 10-7 is your score. Out to Buter. To the corner for Smith. Smith bounce pass on the baseline to White. White forces into Deontay Johnson, and for 2 goes Deontay Johnson. Wilson angling right over the timeline. He hurries things up. Now backs it back out. Run the play. Gets a screen from Litton at the top of the key. Now over to Brewer. Brewer into Linton, who's wide open. Blocked by Tarek, but they're going to call a foul on the block. That's Tarek's second. Sean Harrison quick to come off the bench. Just going to guess that he's coming in for Tarek Smith. As Litton is going to go to the line. His first one's up, and no good. Back iron. Smith's going to come out. Harrison comes in. Harrison put in some good minutes there for the Bulldogs against St. Andrews. And you expect kind of a layover with these guys who haven't played, as much as you can practice. Doesn't help, at the end, game is a game, practice is a practice, and these guys lost no legs as Litton made the first one. As Stevens just stepping right in here as he dishes off to Buter. Buter for 3 on the way, no good, front iron. Deontay hits the deck. Stamper gets the rebound. He's going to bring it on up. Stamper brings it over the logo, guarded by Hairston. looks to Wilson over on the right wing. Instead gives it out to Brewer, front and center. Brewer tried to pass to Stumbo in the corner. It's picked off by Buter going the other way. Buter attacking the rack. 2-on-1 off the glass and good. What a take by Michael Buter. Absolutely fearless is Michael Buter. Several times this year. Don't expect Buter to do what he does, and he has proven me wrong time after time. He led the team in scoring against St. Andrews. 14-8 your score. Union over Alice Lloyd at the 13-minute mark. As Hairston's going to get called for the foul. As Stumbo falls down. Maybe just a little too much of a bump there, but I don't think Hairston could knock down Stumbo if he wanted to. That's going to be the third team foul for Union. First one for Hairston as Tremaine Elias comes in. Deontay Stevens comes out. A little frustrated with himself, but that's going to happen. He's going to have to get his legs under. In game shape. Out of conference tilt. Good time to get all your guys on the floor and healthy. As Wilson attacks Turner. Now kicks it out to Stumbo. Stumbo left-handed dribble, spin move, and they got away with a walk. Now the corner for Litton, and Litton is going to get called for the walk. When they say ball don't lie, and that was the, what happened there? Adams is going to come off. Newby going to come on. Turner brings it over the timeline. Off to Buter on the far right wing. Deep right wing. Now to Hairston. Hairston attacks middle. Now finds himself over on the right wing. Kicks it out to Turner. Buter looking inside for Elias. Instead goes back out front to Turner. Now Union's going to reset. Turner gets a screen from Buter. Nice cross over step back 3-2 for Turner. As Turner gets the bucket, it's just a hair, just a toe over the line. Extends this lead 16-8. As down the lane goes Atkins, Jordan Atkins. He's from Corbin, Kentucky as well. As Newby's going to get called for the foul. No, excuse me, that was Elias going to get called for the foul, going for the block. A little too much body on that one. That's going to send Atkins to the line for 2. He shoots it at a 76% clip at the line, but he misses the first one badly. Next one up on the way, good. And now Union pushing the issue. Ahead to Buter on the deep left wing. Now out to Turner. Turner attacks middle between the legs dribble out to Hairston. Hairston long three. Good for Tashawn Hairston. He extends this lead to 10. 19-9. Hairston his first three-pointer on the contest. Stamper between his legs dribble guarded by Tremaine Elias. Elias cuts him off, and he kicks it out to Wilson. Wilson looking inside. Now it's over to Atkins. Now inside to Stumbo. That's a mismatch on Hairston. Stumbo goes up. Little right-handed hook shot. No good, and Hairston tips it in and trying to get the rebound. Hairston just scored the point for Alice Lloyd. A couple of subtle smiles over there for the Bulldogs as Hairston just kind of shakes his head. Hey, kid, walk it off that. That happens sometime. 19-11 is your score. As we're going to take we're going to stay right here with you as that was a 30-second timeout. Thought about taking a break. We're going to stay with you. 19-11 is your score. Union off to a sluggish start. Finally got things going. And now they lead this one after a couple of buckets. Breaking the timeout for Union, Elias, Turner, Hairston, Johnson, and Buter. As Turner brings it across the timeline. Between the legs dribble at the top of the key. Now he attacks left, stops, looks outside to Elias. Elias down the lane, pull-up jumper, 15-footer, no good. Back iron. As Johnson was there, couldn't get it as Buter gets the steal. Buter off the left block, up and good. Buter gives himself a quick steal, a little nifty steal, and up and in for 2. 21-11, Union on top by 10. 11 minutes to play. And that's going to be a foul as Turner a little too aggressive off the bounce on Wilson. 11 minutes to play. 21-11 is your score. That's out to Wilson, guarded by Turner. Wilson has to go all the way down to the other end and get it. Wilson. Spin move, picks up his dribble. Looks out to Stamper, but he's covered up. Now looks at Stumbo, who goes baseline. Stumbo goes up and is blocked by Johnson, but Johnson too much body. You're going to call for the 5th Union foul. That's going to spring, the 6th Union foul. It's going to spring Fitzgerald White up off the bench, along with DeAndre Stevens. As to the line is Cody Stumbo. Averages 10 a game, 4 rebounds, 6'4" junior out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Shoots it at 73%. Next one on the way. Looking for 2. Up. No good. Rims out. But it's going to be offensive rebounds by Atkins. Atkins may be the smallest guy on the floor right now, but Stevens all by himself now after the steal goes and lays it up and in. And welcome to the Bulldogs, DeAndre Stevens, as he gets his first layup in the orange and white. Great read by Stevens as well. Down the lane goes Wilson, kicks out to Stumbo. 3 is no good. Rebounded by Stuart Washington, who's checked in on me. Now out to Stevens. Stevens brings it over the timeline, looks inside to Johnson. Great feed inside to Deontay Johnson, who lays it in for 2. Union all over Alice Lloyd right now, 25-12. Wilson working on Stevens. Tries to go down the lane. He's cut off now. He gets loose as he tries to go up against White. Stuart Washington there for the rebound. Now Union going the other way. White pushing the issue. Goes down the lane, out of control. Finger roll up and good. As they're going to call a block and 1 for Stuart Washington. That is going to be on, I believe it's going to be on Stumbo. Indeed it is. I don't agree with that call. I believe Stumbo was set, but he may have been inside that arc underneath the basket. And I think that's where the block came from. If so, great job by the officials to notice where Stumbo was on the floor, because I tell you, folks, Stumbo was there way ahead of time. He may have just been in that arc as Stuart Washington misses the free throw. That's going to leave it at 27-12 at the moment, 9:47 to play. As Brewer, he works down the paint, goes up and in for 2 as he gets one back on Stuart Washington. Washington's going to commit the foul, and 1 for Tyler Brewer. Brewer, the 6-foot freshman out of Baxter, Tennessee. Shoots, if this is correct, atrocious 39% from free throw range. First one up, good. Didn't look like a 39% shooter there. Stevens going to push the issue over the timeline. Between the legs dribble, thought about a 3. Now looking over to White, gets a screen from White. Now he's going to take another long 3. Stevens down the pop and good. Stevens pulled that one from beyond NBA range. He wanted that 3 earlier, and he gets it, 30-14. If he can knock that down consistently, look out. This Union team could be dangerous. 30-14 your score, 9:15 to play in the first half. Brewer back to the line. Will be a shot it up and good. As Union has put Alice Lloyd into the bonus, so that was a 1-and-1. No foul trouble, really, for Union. Stuart Washington has 2. Besides that, everybody else just has 1. Brewer sinks both of them, give him 4 points. As Washington now attacking the rack again. Goes up, gets stuck in the air, but dishes off to Deontay. Deontay goes to the floor for it as Brewer and Johnson tie up for it. It goes out of bounds as Union going to lose possession on that one as Tremaine Elias comes in. Along with Tarek Smith, as Stuart Washington's going to come out. Tarek Smith in there with 2 fouls. He was the other one with 2 fouls. I said that wrong earlier. As 30-17, not too worried about Tarek picking up his second foul here. if this game gets close, it could be a big deal. But Union goes very deep in the bench. Nice penetration there by Brewer. Goes with a nice stop and bounce pass for Stumbo. Stumbo goes off the glass for 2. Now Watt the other way. Not even bothered to run in the offense. Goes up a strong shot. Goes off the glass. No good, but he's fouled. He's going to go line for 2. 8:54 left in the contest. Excuse me, the first half of the contest. Trying to make it over pretty quickly. Watt goes to the line for 2 shots. First one up and good. Second one on the way for Watt. Good as well. Harrison's going to come in for DeAndre Stevens. Also, Tarek Smith going to come back out. A little offense-defense substitution there from Coach Burton. DeAndre Stevens makes his way to the end of the bench as there's another nice bounce pass. Same play as last time. Brewer, nice penetration, gets in. Nice little bounce pass to the low block, that time for Stamper. Stamper gets fouled, going to go to the line for 2. 9th team foul for Union. That's going to be Archie Adams first. Stuart Stamper, 6'2 senior out of Heinemann, Kentucky, 68% at the line. Misses the first. Stuart Stamper used to be a Bulldog under the previous administration at Union. Now dons the blue and black of Alice Lloyd. Second one on the way, good. He went 1 for 2 at the line, as Wilson's going to sub in now for Stamper and give him a breather. As White inbounds that one in to Turner. 31-20 for Union on top by 11. White down the lane, kicks out to Turner in the corner. Now back out to Buter on the left wing. Buter between the legs dribble. That was a lazy pass. Is out and picked off by Atkins. Going the other way. Atkins protects a nice block off the backboard for Fitzgerald Watt out of nowhere. Turner now the other way to Harrison. Harrison may have got away with a walk. Harrison goes a little floater down the lane up and it's good for 2. 33-20. As now another block by Fitzgerald Watt as he erases Brewer's shot. Now Harrison at midcourt almost has his ball taken away. Kicks it out to Buter. 4-3, no good. Rebounded by Turner, though. He's the only one out there as he attacks middle. Goes up, tries a finger roll as he gets his ball back. Now he tries for the jumper. Now kicks out to Harrison. Harrison, one dribble up, no good. That's going to be rebounded by Wise. No, it's going to be rebounded by number 11. That's Litton for Alice Lloyd, but it goes out of bounds, they say, on Deontay Johnson. So Alice Lloyd's going to bring it. 34-20 is your score. 7:50 to play in the first half as Alice Lloyd's going to call a timeout. 34-20, Union on top of Alice Lloyd. 7:50 to play in the first half. We're going to take a break. You're listening to the Bulldog Sports Network.
I'm at the top of my class.
I am pursuing a double major.
I am a student athlete.
I am pursuing a postgraduate degree.
I am a helping hand.
I am from England.
I am an aspiring artist.
I am a future doctor.
I'm a soldier.
I am inspired.
No matter what describes us or what our goals may be, there is one thing we all have in common.
Together we are Union.
Think big about a small school. Think Union. Visit unionky.edu.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bulldog Sports Network. Union on top of Alice Lloyd, 34-20, 7:50 left to play. As Buter leads everybody on the floor right now with 6. After him, it looks like number 44, that's Sean Hairston, has 4, along with number 15, as Maurice Turner. So a couple of the newer guys from Union getting some run and making it known on the scoreboard. As Union showing a little bit of that zone, and you wonder, showing it a little bit for that Bryan game, or practicing it for Bryan, a little 3-2 look. As Turner's going to get called for his second foul on Brewer, and Brewer's going to walk to the free throw line and shoot 2. Excuse me, yes, 2. That will be the double bonus. Brewer's first one up and good. As Stevens is going to come back in. Looks like Wilson also subbed in there for the Eagles. Also subbing in the ball game, number 21, Devin Mills, out of Barberville, Kentucky. As Devin just played feet away from this gymnasium over at Barberville as the entree goes up, blocked hard by Brewer from behind. Now going the other way is Wilson. Wilson goes to the corner for Stamper. Stamper crossover dribble, goes baseline, kicks it back out to Wilson. 34-21. Down the lane goes Wilson. Goes up on Buter, no good. He hits the deck, no foul though, as Litton comes in with it. I'm going to say it was out on Buter last. I was saying Devin Mills, freshman out of Barberville, Kentucky, just feet away from this gymnasium, right across the street. Had one of the biggest games of his life. He had a huge buzzer beater. Not only had to have a great career at Barberville and one of the best players in the region the last couple of years as Harrison goes off the glass, kicks it up. No good for Adams, but it's out of bounds. But the reason I gush over Devin Mills is I called his games at Barberville for a couple of years. So great homecoming here for Mills. Great to see him get some run for the Eagles. No doubt in my mind he will be a great player for them over the years. As down the lane goes Newby, partially blocked out of bounds by Mills. As Union's going to keep it once again. As in for the Eagles come number 41, Austin Brewer, 6'8" freshman out of Crum, West Virginia. Stevens gets it out front. White thinks about the three over on the far left wing, tries a no-look pass inside to Adams, and he turns it over. Tried the cute pass, it didn't work. Mills goes baseline, kicks it out front to Wilson. Wilson pump fake down the middle. He gets bumped on the drive by Buter. Buter shakes his head yes. Or nods his head yes, excuse me, as he did commit the foul and going to send Wilson to the line for two. 34-21 is your score. 6:28 remains in the first half. First one up for Wilson is up and good. It's Wilson's first points of the contest. Averages 9.5 a game. Next one on the way, good. It brings Alice Lloyd within 11, 34-33. Over to Buter, deep right wing, pump fake like he's going to pass it or shoot a 3-1. Now to Stevens. Stevens will shoot it from there as he lets that one fly. Good for Stevens. My goodness, does that kid have range? That's 2-3 from NBA range for him as Brewer's going to attack aggressively. Picked off by Stevens, now going the other way. Stevens fires one ahead, but it's picked off by Mills. Mills now goes down, kicks it out to Stamper. Stamper for three, no good, rims out, but Brewer's there for the rebound. Now Tarrant tries to open floor, goes off his foot, and Brewer gets it back. As now Adams ties him up, ties Brewer up, and it's going to be a foul on Adams. It's going to be Archie's second. Union still well in the double bonus. Stamper couldn't knock down the open three there from Mills. Instead, going to go line. Brewer going to go line for two. First one on the way, no good. Stuart Washington comes in. Michael Buter comes off the floor. Next one on the way for Brewer, good. 37-24, 5:49 remains in the first half. Corner for Washington. Now back out front to Stevens. Stevens, backdoor lob to Washington. Washington can't gather it. Goes off of his fingertips. A great pass, though, by Stevens. As Wilson attacks middle. Picks up his dribble. Don't have anybody to pass it to. Close to 5 seconds now off to Mills. Mills down the lane. Has his ball taken away from him by White. Now White in the open floor. Dish out to Tarek Smith. Corner, pump fake, no good. Spins, baseline, tries to throw it out to Washington. Goes off Washington's foot, but he grabs it. Washington trying to call a timeout, but they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow says Union. 37-24. 5:06 remains in the contest. In the first half of the contest. Stevens will inbound. Out to Buter. Like, everybody's slow to come out on Buter there. He dribbles back out front to reset the offense. 5 minutes to go in the contest. In the first half of the contest. Buter gets a screen. Now out to Stevens. Stevens over to White. White, long three on the way. No good with 3 seconds on the shot clock. As Adams tips it around, rebounded by Stumbo. Now kicks it out to Wilson as he's going to push the issue over the logo. Angling right, guarded by Smith. Crossover on Smith. What a great crossover by Wilson. Goes up, partially blocked, though. Great job by Tarek to make up for it. Stevens the other way, showing some speed. Pull-up jumper, 12-footer on the way. No good. Rebounded by Stumbo with authority. Stumbo tries to clear it out, but White is going to pick up a cheap foul down on the baseline. Cannot commit that one within the double bonus. Back up and go play defense, as now Alice Lloyd is going to walk the full length of the floor and going to shoot two is Stumbo. 37-24, 4:23 remains. First half. First one on the way for Stumbo, no good. Deontay Johnson going to sub in for Archie Adams. Next one on the way. Good. 37-25 now. Union over Alice Lloyd. 4:21 remains. That's 6 for Stumbo. He leads all scorers on the floor right now for the Eagles. Cross-court pass to Stevens. Another long three. No way. Are you kidding me? DeAndre Stevens knocks down another NBA range three. Give him 11 in his debut in the orange and white. 40-25 is your score. Right when Alice Lloyd keeps creeping back in it, there's Union with an answer. Now White's going to force the issue the other way. Pass out to Smith. Smith fakes a pass to the middle. Now pull-up jumper good. As now the Bulldogs seem to be rolling a little bit as Tarek gets on the board. 4 points for him, 42-25. This was a 12-point game just seconds ago. Back out to 18. Wilson going to take a long three. Good. He matches one of DeAndre's. Just one, though. Buter, skip pass over to Smith. Smith, three on the way. No good. Rims out. As Buter tries to get another sneaky steal on Atkins as he throws it over to Stumbo. Stumbo has to go and get it. Is he going to step on the? No, they're going to say he called a timeout. It was very close to being on the line. But Coach J.R. Hammond got to call that timeout before they turned it over as he saw what was happening. 42-30-28 your score. Union on top of Alice Lloyd. 3:11 to play in the first half. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to the Bulldog Sports Network.
Whether it's new or used parts you need, car parts, truck parts, SUV parts, foreign and domestic parts, any part from A to Z, Davis Salvage and Auto Parts on the Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin has it or can find it. Davis Salvage specializes in late model auto and truck parts. For over 40 years, the Davis family has supplied customers all over the United States with new and used auto and truck parts. Davis Salvage open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. or online at davissalvage.com. Take a look at their inventory. Davis Salvage and Truck Parts on the Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin, the only place to go for all your vehicle needs.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Bulldog Sports Network, 42-28 your score. As Alice Lloyd immediately gets it in. As Tremaine Elias and Harrison try to try to get Brewer on the double team. Brewer with a great acting job there, or maybe not, just kind of let out a yell and tossed his hand a little. It was enough to garner the attention for the referee. It's going to be a foul on Harrison. Union may be doubled up. I know they doubled up Alice Lloyd on fouls. Alice Lloyd only has 5. Union has over 10 at this point as the first shot by Brewer is no good. So he gets 2. Next one on the way for Brewer. No good as well. Maybe Brewer is a 39% free throw shooter. Turner subbed in for the Bulldogs. He goes over the corner for Harrison, over in the right corner. Harrison puts it on the deck, goes double clutch in midair, no good. Rebounded by Johnson, put it back up and in. As Johnson hasn't really hurt the Eagles. Not really anybody that can guard him out there on the floor. It's been everybody else for the Bulldogs producing. Just about everybody who has played has got on the scoreboard for the Bulldogs. Wilson out to Stamper. Stamper just going to dribble it back out to front court. Reset. Working on Smith. Smith with great defense. Front iron for Stamper. No good. Rebounded as Stumbo goes up. No good as it's going to be a foul. No, it's going to be a walk on Turner as Wilson was right there in front of Coach Burton ready to take that charge. Great coordinate awareness for Wilson. As Newby here quick to sub in for Smith. So after the turnover, 44-28 your score. 2:25 remains in the contest. Brewer walks it over the timeline in no hurry. 2:19 to play. Brewer working on Harrison. Goes down the lane, up, and good. Brewer, a very nice score for Alice Lloyd. Been very aggressive, probably the most aggressive player out on the court. Turner goes to the corner for Newby. Now back out front to Elias. Now back out front to Turner. Turner waits for the call. Bounce pass over to Newby. Newby back out front to Turner. Union running some clock here. Back over to Newby. Newby looking inside on the cut to Elias. He's not there. Union running some serious offense right now. Elias is going to take the jumper. Back iron, no good. But Johnson is there for the rebound. His knocked away by Litton. Deontay thinks he got fouled there. Now Stuart Washington going to come in off the bench. Come in for Elias. Now DeAndre Stevens late to come in, but he's going to sub in for Turner. See if they run the lob play here for Stuart Washington. Indeed they are. Washington goes up, down for Washington, back door. A great look by Stevens. Now Wilson going the other way. Spin move on the baseline, no. It goes back out front. Now to Stamper. Stamper may have got away with a walk, but it's going to be a foul on Newby. 1:19 remaining, 46-30 is your score. Union loves slipping that little lob play off the inbounds. Stamper's first free throw up and good. Try to draw this Eagles team a little closer. 46-31 is your score. 1:19 to play in the first quarter or half. Some new sub in for the Eagles. It's Dakota Hall, sophomore, 6'4" out of High Hat, Kentucky. Doesn't look like he stands 6'4", but he is a big boy. The Union, Alice Lloyd has a pretty big team. Front line goes about 6'4" and 6'6", so now Alice Lloyd going to bring on a little pressure for the Bulldogs here. See how Union can handle it. Stevens working on Brewer. Gets a screen from Deontay. Step back three, no way. Good for Deontay. DeAndre Stevens as he claps his hands. What a shot. Give him 14 on the night. Wilson now. He steps out. DeAndre slow to come out. Over to Stamper on the left wing. Minute to play. 49-32 is your score. As Union going to pick up another tic-tac foul, is going to send Stamper to the line. 4-2. 49-32 is your score. Stamper heads to the line. First one up for Stamper, good. Stamper gets the next one. DeAndre. 35 seconds to play. Guarded by Brewer. Gives it off to Harrison. He's going to go through on the offense. Now kicks it out to Deontay. Deontay turns, looking for Washington under the basket. Instead kicks it back out to Hairston. Hairston calls out the play. 15 seconds. It's going to be a foul on number 4, Dakota Hall. Alice Lloyd's still not in the bonus, though. So it's going to be given to Union under the basket. See what Union does out of this out-of-bounds play on the baseline. It's a different play. Burton calls out a different play than before. And to Stevens. Stevens to Harrison. Harrison going to take the fadeaway jumper. Good. Sweet jumper by Tashawn Harrison. 51-34. 15 seconds remain. Wilson sets the offense. 11 to play. 10, 9. Wilson down the lane. Kicks it out to Stamper. 6 seconds. Stamper is blocked two-handed by Stuart Washington out of bounds. So with 4.7 seconds left, Alice Lloyd is going to keep it, and they're going to try for the last shot as Elias comes in. White comes in as well to sub in. Coach Burton putting maybe his most lengthy defenders in right now here for the last shot. Brewer way out front, gets the screen he wants, out to Stamper at the buzzer, double team, no good. As the half will come to an end with the Bulldogs leading 51-34. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back with first half stats. 51-34 at the half. You're listening to the Bulldog Sports Network.
I'm at the top of my class.
I am pursuing a double major.
I am a student athlete.
I am pursuing a postgraduate degree.
I am a helping hand.
I am from England.
I am an aspiring artist.
I am a future doctor.
I'm a soldier.
I am inspired.
No matter what describes us or what our goals may be, there is one thing we all have in common.
Together we are Union.
Think big about a small school. Think Union. Visit unionky.edu.
With my family.
I am a fan of classic literature.
I am a fine arts major.
I am strong in my faith.
I am a fitness fanatic.
I am a champion.
I am working my way through college.
I am ambitious.
I am a Southern Belle.
I am a single parent in college.
No matter what describes us or what our goals may be, there is one thing we all have in common.
Together we are Union.
Think big about a small school. Think Union. Visit unionky.edu.
Whether it's new or used parts you need, car parts, truck parts, SUV parts, foreign and domestic parts, any part from A to Z, Davis Salvage and Auto Parts on the Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin has it or can find it. Davis Salvage specializes in late model auto and truck parts. For over 40 years, the Davis family has supplied customers all over the United States with new and used auto and truck parts. Davis Salvage open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. or online at davissalvage.com. Take a look at their inventory. Davis Salvage and Truck Parts on the Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin, the only place to go for all your vehicle needs.
Pool parties are making a huge splash at the new Stivers Aquatic and Wellness Center in Barberville, home of the area's only indoor Olympic-sized swimming pool. Guests will enjoy 2 hours of fun in both the pool and party room. Parties are now being scheduled for any day of the week. Book yours today. Call 546-0005 or visit us on the web at stiverscenter.org. Stivers Aquatic and Wellness Center. It's good for you.
I'm at the top of my class.
I am pursuing a double major.
I am a student athlete.
I am pursuing a postgraduate degree.
I am a helping hand.
I am from England.
I am an aspiring artist.
I am a future doctor.
I'm a soldier.
I am inspired.
No matter what describes us or what our goals may be, there is one thing we all have in common.
Together we are Union.
Think big about a small school. Think Union. Visit unionky.edu.
I'm the first college graduate in my family.
I am a fan of classic literature.
I am a fine arts major.
I am strong in my faith.
I am a fitness fanatic.
I am a champion.
I am working my way through college.
I am ambitious.
I am a Southern Belle.
I am a single parent in college.
No matter what describes us or what our goals may be, there is one thing we all have in common.
Together we are Union.
Think big about a small school. Think Union. Visit unionky.com.
Whether it's new or used parts you need, car parts, truck parts, SUV parts, foreign and domestic parts, any part from A to Z, Davis Salvage and Auto Parts on the Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin has it or can find it. Davis Salvage specializes in late model auto and truck parts. For over 40 years, the Davis family has supplied customers all over the United States with new and used auto and truck parts. Davis Salvage open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. or online at davissalvage.com. Take a look at their inventory. Davis Salvage and Truck Parts on the Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin, the only place to go for all your vehicle needs.
Parties are making a huge splash at the new Stivers Aquatic and Wellness Center in Barberville, home of the area's only indoor Olympic-sized swimming pool. Guests will enjoy 2 hours of fun in both the pool and party room. Parties are now being scheduled for any day of the week. Book yours today. Call 546-0005 or visit us on the web at stiverscenter.org. Stivers Aquatic and Wellness Center. It's good for you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bulldog Sports Network here at halftime. Bulldogs lead Alice Lloyd College 51-34 as we're going to do some first half stats for you now. Starting with Alice Lloyd, they're led in scoring by Tyler Brewer, number 5. He has 9 points. After him with 7 points is Stuart Stamper. 2 players with 5 points, that's Tyler Rogers. Tyler Rogers, you may remember, had a whale of a game against Union last time, 31-16. He's not going to come close to that today from the looks of it thus far, as he had 31-16 last time out. Today, he has just 5 points and 0 rebounds. That has to be a win for Burton down there in that locker room. 2 players have 1 point after that, and it is Nick Litton and Jordan Atkins. And then with 6 points, rounding out the scoring column, is Cody Stumbo. Alice Lloyd shot 26% from field goal range. They shot 28% from 3, 2 for 7. And from the charity stripe, 16 for 25. That's good for 64%. Now for the Bulldogs of Union, they have a ton of people here on the scores column, so I'm going to get to them as best as I can. The only player, though, in double figures is DeAndre Stevens, who is 4 for 5 from three-point range. He has 3 assists, 1 turnover, and 3 steals. A coming out party for Stevens. After him, the one scorer has 7 points. That's Deshaun Hairston, 3 for 5 from the field, 1 for 1 for 3. Following him, 2 players with 6 points is Deontay Johnson and Michael Buter. 3 players have 2 points, and that is Fitzgerald White, Gerard Newby, and Archie Adams. They all have 2 points. Archie also has 4 rebounds. 3 players have 4 points. That's Maurice Turner off the bench, as well as Tarek Smith, Stuart Washington. And rounding out the scores column, I believe that is it for the Bulldogs. Only 1 player who has played in this game is Tremaine Elias. He's the only one who hasn't scored for the Bulldogs. Union shot 47% from the field at half. From three-point range, they shot 41% and 80% from the charity stripe. 4 for 5. Only shot 5 free throws in that half. The Union knocking it down from 3. They're 5 for 12 for three-point range. Union led the points in the paint 22-12. They led the bench points 21-2. Second chance points, that one belongs to Union as well. Fast break, neither of these teams has scored a fast break bucket. Hard to believe in this kind of game, but they have it. As Union, last field goal for Alice Lloyd, by the way, came in the 2:15 left to go in the first. Union scored with about 20 seconds to go in the half. Largest lead, Alice Lloyd led by 3 minutes in. Union led by 17 here in the first half with 3:47 left. Score has changed 2 times and has been tied 2 times as well. So 51-34 is your score. It's 7 minutes and 30 seconds away until we're back at it. So we're going to take an extended break. I'm going to play the NAIA version that we play here before the game. As I'm out of producer. Only have 1 camera person, so a big shout-out to Mara Rice for coming and doing the camera for me today from the women's team. She's doing a great job, but I am the producer, the color commentator, the play-by-play, so I'm going to run a long commercial so I don't have to sit here at the master control, keep switching back and forth. So stay with us about 6 minutes and 58 seconds till second half starts. You're listening to the Bulldog Sports Network.
There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org. There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org. There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org. There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, the Bulldog Sports Network, as I am the voice of the Bulldogs, John North. As we're about to get second half action started, 51-34 is your score. Union all over the Eagles. As earlier in the year, it was Alice Lloyd on top of the Bulldogs at the end of the game, 84-77. Eagles not on pace to get 77 here today. This time Union will be going right to left. Starting for the Bulldogs here in the second half, Maurice Turner getting the star, along with Newby, White, Harrison, and Elias. As we're going to get the second half action started. Wilson brings it over the timeline. Pass it off, and it's immediately trapped. It's immediately trapped as soon as Wilson passed it over to number 5, Tyler Brewer. There's an immediate attack there. Now, see what Coach Burton did now. That was the defensive substitution to try to get that turnover out of halftime, and it was a success. Excellent job by Coach Burton. 51-34. There's a 15-footer for Tarek Smith, no good. Up and off the glass for two is Fitzgerald White after the layup. He gets the offensive putback. 53-34. Union going to try to look to break this one open here in the second half. Over the corner for Stamper, back out front to Brewer. Brewer going to attack what he's been doing. As he look for somebody to kick it out to, he kicks it out to Stamper on the left wing. Stamper, 12-footer up, no good, over Fitzgerald White. Rebounded, though, by Rogers, as Rogers, maybe his first rebound of the day. It's going to be a foul. Good things happen when he touches the ball for the Eagles. Rogers heads to the line. First one up, no good. (53-35) is your score. That was into Johnson. Johnson working on Rogers. Johnson just bullied Rogers all the way under the basket and then put it in for two. ISO in the paint for Johnson, 55-35. Now Union on top by 20. Wilson attacking middle. Look for somebody to dish it off to. He goes out to Stamper. Stamper puts it on the ground. Goes up for two. Good. Stevens now going to be guarded full court by Brewer. This should be interesting. Two of the most hard-nosed players out there going neck and neck. Again, into Johnson as he guarded by Rogers that time. Johnson missed. Johnson slow to get back down. Rogers beating him down the floor as if it leads to a layup, and indeed it's not going to. As Union switches on the screen, Wilson sizes up a three, goes to the corner for Brewer. Brewer attacks the lane, up good. Coach Burton wants to call a timeout. 55-39 is your score. Coach Burton wants to talk this one over. He meets his team just about at midcourt. He doesn't even let them get to the bench to talk things over. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Bulldog Sports Network.
I'm at the top of my class.
I am pursuing a double major.
I am a student athlete.
I am pursuing a postgraduate degree.
I am a helping hand.
I am from England.
I am an aspiring artist.
I am a future doctor.
I'm a soldier.
I am inspired.
No matter what describes us or what our goals may be, there is one thing we all have in common.
Together we are Union.
Think big about a small school. Think Union. Visit unionky.edu.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Sports Network. 55-39 is your score. Union on top of Alice Lloyd. Fitzgerald White to inbound. He gets it into Hairston. As Brewer has been given the job on Alice Lloyd's side to not leave Stevens' jersey. He's not even helping off, not even bothering, but there's a dunk, close to a dunk there by Johnson as Rogers goes up and fouls him. As the problem is, if Brewer is going to guard Stevens in his jersey, there's going to be nobody to help off on the weak side. And I'm not quite sure if Rogers can guard Johnson or not. Deontay Johnson at the line. First one up. Good. Johnson probably should have had a dunk there, but missed it. Next one on the way for Johnson. Good. As Brewer walks it over the timeline. Angling to the right, gets a screen from Rogers up top. Goes down the lane up, no good, but he's fouled by Hairston. As Brewer to the line for two, can't even make the first one. So he walks off the line. He shoots 39%. I said earlier I don't think that was true. He had a nice stroke, but he's missed a couple. And that one missed as well, rebounded by Watt. Good foul for Union. That's up ahead to Smith. Smith over on that left wing. Into Johnson. Johnson goes up, now kick out to Hairston. Hairston, three, no good. A hard box out by Wilson. Wilson recognizes Harrison on the ground and shoots off the other way. As Brewer tries to go with a fancy behind-the-back pass, it goes off to White. Instead, White goes up for two, no good. Rebounded by Johnson, no good. Now rebounded by Rogers. As Rogers kicks it out to Wilson. Wilson down the lane, kicks it out directly to Hairston. Now Hairston behind-the-back dribble. That's how you do a behind-the-back dribble. Goes up for the layup, no good. Throws it high off the glass, but it's rebounded by Stumbo. Out to Stamper. Stamper shoots it ahead to Brewer. Brewer up for two. 57-41. 16:57 remaining in the game. Hairston looks out front. Instead goes to the corner for White. White looking inside of Johnson. Instead takes the three. No good. Rebounded by Rogers. As Rogers just falls down, it's going to be a walk. As I believe Rogers may have stepped on a fellow teammate's foot. He goes down. Union with a couple of substitutions as Stevens comes in as well as Buter. Coach Burton calls out the play. Shoots it out front to Smith. Smith over to Buter. Buter for three. No good. Rebounded by Stamper. Stamper going down the other end. He's a 3-on-1, though. He's going to back it back out. Kicks out to Atkins. Atkins down the lane for two. Good. No good. Rimmed out. Rebounded by Smith. Now going the other way. Out to Stevens. Stevens pump fake. No way. Good from three. I keep saying no way. But that guy has a stroke. 17 points for Stevens. 60-41 is your score. As he pump fake, gathered himself, and shot. As Dumbo wide open under the basket. Could have seen that one coming from a mile away. As Brewer was right there for it. As now Atkins is going to draw the assignment on Stevens. Problem with Union, though, they are not a one-man team. Any player on the floor right now could go off for 20. As Johnson gets his own offensive rebound, then goes up and in for 2. I'm not kidding. Tarrant capable of it. Buter capable of it. Deontay capable of it. White capable of it. Garden Stevens is going to open up the paint for Deontay, as it's proven thus far. 12 points for Deontay on the game. Brewer double teamed out to Rogers. Roberts bounce pass into Stumbo on the left block. It's partially blocked, rebounded by White. White off to Stevens. Stevens thinks about a 3, goes inside. Nice pass into Johnson. What a give and go, but Johnson missed the layup. Brewer now pushing the issue. Guarded by Buter. Behind the back dribble. Goes up. Blocked at the rim, but it's going to be a foul on White. And White doesn't agree with that one, and I'm not sure about it. May have got a little too much hand. It's going to be a third team foul on Union. First for Alice Lloyd. 62-43 is your score. Brewer going to go line for 2. Brewer tried a little finger roll at the net, at the rim. White erased it, but they called a foul. Late substitution is as Elias is going to come in. Second one on the way for Brewer. Good. As Brewer says that. That's what I got to do, but the coach takes him out. Brewer slaps his hands. As Buter brings it across the timeline. Over to Smith. Stevens breaks over to the top of the key. Now goes on through. Buter takes about the long 3. Goes baseline. Nice bounce pass into Archie Adams. Good. Up for 2. Isaac Wilson hits the deck there. He comes up fine. As Atkins brings it over the timeline. 64-45 is your score now. As Atkins off to the corner for Hall. Atkins clears everybody out, works on Buter, goes up off the block, kicks it out to Wilson. Wilson, long 3 on the way, no good. Rims out, rebounded by Elias. Outlet pass to Stevens. Now forces on up ahead to Smith. Smith, crossover dribble, left-handed floater, left it short, rebounded by Wilson. Now Wilson's going to hurry the issue up the other way. Off the right block, goes right into Elias, up for 2 and good. Tough basket by the young man out of Corbin. Buter now brings it over the timeline. Now back out to Stevens. Stevens over to Elias. Now over to Buter. Buter's pass is tipped, but Adams gets it, puts it up and in. No rims out. It's going to be a foul on the Bulldogs. A couple of fresh jerseys looking to sub in for Union. It's going to be Turner and Harrison. Rogers and Brewer is going to sub in for the Eagles. 64-47, 13:43 to play. As Buter late to come off. As another sub slipped in there on me, I believe it is Newby. As now Union looking for this little 3-2 trap zone that they do. Wilson going to attack it. This is off to Brewer. Now back out front to Wilson. Wilson, long 3, no good. Air ball. Rebounded by Newby. Outlet pass to Harrison, who has to run it down. Harrison off the right block. No good as Dakota Hall throws it in just in a bunch of Union feet there, and it goes off the foot of one of the Union players in the vicinity and out of bounds. As great awareness there by Dakota Hall. He's going to inbound it. 64-47 is your score. Wilson calls out the play as he goes into Rogers. No good. Great awareness again there by Wilson to realize where is going to be weak in that 3-2 zone. Turner, little pro hop down the middle, up 2. Good. Maybe a little happy feet there for Turner as he's got 6 points. Brings this Union lead back to 19. Wilson calls out for the screen for Hall at the top. He gets it. Penetrates deep now out to Hall. Hall kicks it out to Stamper. Stamper for three. No good. Air ball again. It's rebounded by Brewer on the weak side. Brewer pump faked and got Adams in the air. Puts it up and no good, but he's going to the line 4-2. Tyler Brewer, a 6-foot freshman out of Baxter, Tennessee. Going to be hearing his name, Baxter, Kentucky. You're going to be hearing his name a lot there for the Eagles here in the next couple of years. Very athletic, very hard-nosed. As he's got 16 tonight. Should have a couple more, but he's left a couple on the board on the free throw line. Elias off to White. White looking inside to Johnson. Johnson goes up. Dunk and one! Oh, my goodness. Johnson just dunked on Brewer. Give Deontay 14 points. 68-49. As Deontay put it on Brewer, as Brewer was late to come over. He was guarded by Johnson originally. He finishes the three-point play. And that was nasty. 69-49. Union on top by 20. Brewer, don't think he'll be affected by that much. As a lot smaller is Brewer. As he's going to take the long three and banks off and off front iron. As Rogers is there for the offensive rebound. No good. It's tipped around, goes off the shot clock on somebody. It's going to be Union's ball. I believe it might have been tipped up there by Union. But Union's going to get us a break. Turner brings it over the timeline. Dishes it off to White. White guarded by Stumbo. Looks inside to Johnson again. Can't get it to him. Instead, Turner's going to take the long three. Rims out. Rebounded by Rogers. Rogers hands off to Brewer. Brewer head up. Pushes it over the timeline. As now he holds it up. Guarded by Harrison. Harrison fights through the screen. Now to Stumbo in the corner for three. No good. Rims out, but the call is there for the rebound. No, they're going to call a foul. Say over the back. Going to say Harrison had position. Turner going to bring it over the timeline. Union leads at 69-49. 11:29 to play. Turner down the lane, finger roll up, no good. Foul. He's going to go to the line for two. To the line. Goes Turner. First one up. Good. Turner working on double digits himself as he's got 7 points on the evening. As Johnson comes out. Next one up for Turner, no good. May have jinxed him. Wilson gets the outlet pass from Rogers, brings it over the timeline, now to Hall. Hall thinks about the three, instead goes back out front to Wilson. He's going to get the screen. Now goes backdoor lob to Brewer, but Newby is there. Newby, outlet pass to Harrison. Now Union on the run, over to Turner. Turner goes up, reverse layup, nice, up for two and good. 70-49, now quickly up ahead is Rogers. Now Rogers goes up for the dunk, and now we have a track meet. Now Turner tries to go the other way. Indeed he does. Now kicks it out the corner for Elias. Elias for three. No good. Rebounded by Adams. Adams back to Elias. Elias blocked hard by Stumbo. Harrison's there as he dishes off to Newby. Touch pass to Elias. Now back out front to Harrison. Harrison says, give me a time. Or excuse me, Coach Burton. Thought Coach Burton called for a timeout there, but I guess it was the official wanted to make sure the shot clock was correct. Was a nice dunk by Rogers on the other end after the quick Union two. Now it's to Turner. Out to front to Harrison. Harrison down the lane. Reverse layup. Good. A little up and under. Not a reverse. 72-49. Union looking like they may hit their average of 89 points a game in this one. As that may be a carry on Atkins. Indeed it is. As he was falling down. Turnover as Harrison comes out after some good minutes along with Newby. No, Newby's going to stay. It's Stuart Washington subbing in. Turner looking inside to Adams. Instead, goes out front to Newby. Newby crossover dribble may have got almost threw it away. But Turner ropes it in. That's going to be a quick turnover there. Calls by Alice Lloyd. Need to get something going. As I will mention, Alice Lloyd without one of their best scorers. That's Curran Mitchell. He's out. He only had 5 against Union the first time, but he averages 12 points a game for this squad. That's going to be a hold on Buter around the screen. So they're going to keep it. Is Alice Lloyd on the baseline. That's 16 fouls for Union, 4 for Alice Lloyd. So there's a nice slip in there by Stumbo. Stumbo lays it up and in for 2. 74-53. This is a big deficit for Alice Lloyd to have to work on. Now Washington goes baseline and kicked out front to Turner. Now over to Newby. Newby looks inside of Buter. Instead goes back out front to Washington. Now but Washington dishes it off to Buter. Back out front to Turner. Union run a little clock. Turner calls for the screen. He wants one. Gets one from Adams. Now Turner down the lane. Kicks it out to Newby. One extra pass out front to Buter. 3, nothing but the bottom. Great offense there from the Bulldogs. And a great extra pass by the Bulldogs gives Buter the wide open 3 at the top of the key. As Stevens, Johnson, and Elias look to check in at the scores table. As Rogers goes back door, he has his arm hacked off by Adams. It's going to send him to the line for 2. Union well in control, 77-53. Rogers going to line for 2. First one up good. Rogers makes both. As 77-55 is your score. And it's going to be a quick timeout there for the Bulldogs. It's going to be a quick third, and that's going to be a full. So we're going to take one with Coach Burton. You're listening to the Bulldog Sports Network. 8:47 to play. 77-55 is your score. Union over Alice Lloyd. We'll be right back.
Pool parties are making a huge splash at the new Stivers Aquatic and Wellness Center in Barberville, home of the area's only indoor Olympic-sized swimming pool. Guests will enjoy 2 hours of fun in both the pool and party room. Parties are now being scheduled for any day of the week. Book yours today. Call 546-0005 or visit us on the web at stiverscenter.org. Stivers Aquatic and Wellness Center. It's good for you. Pool parties are making a huge splash at the new Stivers Aquatic and Wellness Center in Barberville, home of the area's only indoor Olympic-sized swimming pool. Guests will enjoy 2 hours of fun in both the pool and party room. Parties are now being scheduled for any day of the week. Book yours today. Call 546-0005 or visit us on the web at stiverscenter.org. Stivers Aquatic and Wellness Center. It's good for you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bulldog Sports Network. 77-55 your score, 8:40 to play. as Washington gets it over on the far wing. Now out front to Buter. Buter thinks about the three, but he drives on Stamper instead. Stamper was late to close out. Buter probably could have had one, but I think the game plan was to get it into Deontay Johnson, but that time Buter throws it away. Now Rogers on the other end, as Johnson's going to foul him hard and make him go and earn it from the line. First one up for Rogers, no good. Score remains 77-56. 8:22 remains. Next one on the way, good. It's all Bulldogs at the moment. Buter takes it out front to Stevens. Stevens now over to Elias, now over to the left corner for Washington. Washington finger roll up, no good. Rebounded by Deontay. Deontay throws it away to Brewer. Now Brewer on the other end. Gets off to Stamper. Two-hand chest pass over to Rogers. Rogers goes up, misses it. Elias, the rebound in traffic. Now Stevens the other way. Stevens, nice bounce pass into Johnson. Johnson spin move down the middle, no good. Rebounded by Elias. Elias puts it up and in. Stumbo was there for the rebound, but it went through the net. Union on top, 79-57, 7:41 to play. There's a nice spin move by Brewer. It leaves Elias on the floor, then Brewer kicks it off to Atkins, up for two. Atkins batted that ball around while he was laying on the baseline. That's going to be a warning on Atkins. As Union could have had that ball and went with it, but after the bucket, Atkins kind of messed with it on the floor. It's going to be a warning, but Union still up by 20, 79-59. As Stevens gets the screen from White at the top of the key. He's going to take another long three. No good. That one rims out as Brewer is there up ahead to Rogers, but is picked off going the other way by White. White goes down the middle. Now leaves the bounce pass to Washington as Washington goes up for the jam. Stuart Washington, the best bounce on Union's team. A fantastic effort by Washington and Watt. Stumbo gets the ball in. He's going to be fouled by Washington. Referee going to have a couple words there for Stumbo. I believe he's tried to get a little rough after the bucket, but 89-81 to 59 is your score. 6:45 to play in the game. That last point, 6 points now for Stuart Washington. 2 of those are dunks. Stumbo to the line for 2. First one up, good. First one up there, second one up and good. Smith brings it over the timeline. Now over to Watt. Now out front to Washington. Washington looking inside to Johnson. Instead out front to Stevens. Stevens another long three on the way. No good. Back iron. Rebounded by Johnson. Now over to Smith. Smith goes and lays it in for 2. Union all over Alice Lloyd. 83-61. Brewer working on White. Brewer tries a couple crossovers, nothing having though, as now White's going to get called for the bump on Brewer. As Brewer has been off in front of the free throw line. Misses that one. Next one on the way, no good. Goes empty. Now White brings it over the timeline. Tries to go into Deontay. It was batted around. Lazy pass there for White. Now Rogers going the other way. Tries to spin move down the paint, but it's taken away going the other way by White. White over to Smith. Smith gathers three. Good for Tarek Smith. Give him 9 points. Give the Bulldogs 86 on the evening. Now Stamper goes baseline, leaves it for Rogers. Rogers goes up off the glass, no good, but White gets it. Now Bulldogs on the run again. No look pass up ahead to Smith. Smith has to run it down in the corner. See, he kicks it back out front to Stevens. Stevens pump fake, one dribble up, good for DeAndre Stevens. As he had missed his last 2 long threes, but he made that one after he took one dribble in. The other way goes Brewer. Brewer goes right in to White. I'm telling you, Brewer is absolutely fearless. Going up against Fitzgerald White. That's going to be White's 3rd foul. First one up, good for Brewer. Making up for all those when he missed. Next one on the way. Good. There's now a couple of late substitutions. Wilson's going to come in for Brewer. Brewer, much needed break there as he has got a lot of on the workload. So that's out front to White. White looking inside to Washington. Instead goes out front to Elias. Elias looking for cutting Smith. Instead goes out to Washington. Washington left hand off the bounce. Finger roll up. Good for Stuart Washington. He goes sliding all the way over to the bench, but hurries back on defense. Best athlete on this team may be Stuart Washington. There's Wilson. He dishes off to Stumbo. Stumbo puts it on the ground and it's picked away and going. No, he gets it in the paint to number 11. That's Litton, as Litton puts it up on the reverse layup. 90-65 is your score. 4 minutes, 30 seconds remain. As Turner almost has his ball taken away by Wilson. Turner gets up in the air, don't know what to do with it, but he's fouled. Washington. Nope, going to be a foul, and Atkins on the catch by Stuart Washington. I thought he may have walked, but he did walk because of the foul. So now Union's going to inbound it. This is position where they love to run that lob to Stuart Washington. Let's see if they do. Washington sets the screen. I don't think they're going to, as Washington's lined up over here. Now calls out the play. Turner brings it across the timeline. Turner off to Smith. Smith out front to White. White kicks it over to Elias at the top of the key. Over to the right wing for Turner. Turner thinks about driving on Litton, and indeed he does behind the back dribble. Now back out front to White. White's going to take a long three. No good. Rebounded by Stamper. Stamper now rushes over the timeline. Kicks it over to Wilson on the left wing. Wilson thinks about the three. Instead goes cross court to Stumbo. Stumbo can't handle it. Throws it back inbounds to nobody. To White. White's going to go up. Dunk. No, he flubbed the dub as it goes off back iron. Now ahead to Smith. Now Smith's going to go up for the layup. He loses it and misses it as well. Now Stamper going the other way. Stamper goes up against Elias. Lays it up. No good. Now rebounded by White. White, crossover dribble. Across the timeline. Throws the lob up to Washington as he's going to be fouled hard by Atkins. Going to go to the line for two. Gerald White all by himself missed the dunk. Flew all the way back in the back court where nobody was there but Maurice Turner. Trying to give something the guys to laugh at, and there it is as he goes down the line to get some free throws. All smiles down the bench as he lays on his teammate, Deontay Johnson. And Newby is joking around with it as well. Everybody with smiles on their faces over there. 90-65 is the score. As Newby kind of pats him on the arm and says, "It's okay, buddy. Happens to the best of us. Hall, straightaway three, no good. Back iron, rebounded by Turner. Turner on the other end. Elias going to give a call for a walk. Indeed. I think Elias wanted to go dunk that one. As now Nay Walker subbing in for the Bulldogs. That one's in as a couple of subs in as both teams going into their bench. That one's kicked out to Wilson. Wilson attacking the lane. Out front to Litton. Litton, long three, good. Washington's going to inbound to Turner. Turner brings it over the timeline. Behind the back dribble. Looking inside to Brown, who's just subbed in. Walker back out front. Looking for Turner. Down the lane. Kick out to Washington. Washington pump fake. And got away with a walk into Elias. Elias, 12-footer, good. This game winds down. Union looking for 100 at this point. 92-68 your score. Skip pass over to number 25 or something. That's Trevor Combs out of Hazard. I should have known a Combs and Hazard, as Walker's going to get called for the foul on the drive. Combs going to get this chance to go to the line for two. First one on the way. Good. For Combs. Next one. Good. No good for Combs. Rims out, rebounded by Washington. Washington going to push the issue down the other way. Washington leaves his feet, goes up. Blocked hard by Litton. Washington's going to go line for two. It's 92-69 your score. 2 minutes and 6 seconds remain in the ball game. A couple of basketball royalty in the building as Josh Smith sits across the way. He was great for the Bulldog as Stuart Washington misses the first. The Union women's team about to take the practice floor after this one. Big game against Bryan coming up at this weekend. Big shout out to Amara Rice, who did the camera for me most of the game. Leah Lumpson back up here now doing camera for me. Big shout out to her. That's kicked out to Combs. Now Combs brings it over the timeline. So this one's all but over. Some experience in here. Some guys getting experience out there for the Eagles. Devin Mills puts it on the deck. He gets in the paint. Throws up an awkward-looking shot. I believe he was looking for the pass into Hall, but then Hall got covered up. So good job for Mills to make something out of nothing. Now Turner going the other way. Turner goes up. Good. As Coach Burton calls a timeout, but it's just to get the subs in the game. As Danny Fernandez makes his way into the game. As now everybody over there on Union's bench has gotten into the game. Except number 20 over there, I believe Dalton Whitney. Only one not to sub in yet. Combs tries to dribble around Elias, can't. Now Walker switches off as Walker's guarding number 33, Zach Crawford. Now it's going the other way. Elias picks it off. Elias crossover on Mills. Back out front to Walker. Walker dropped it, or he was going to shoot the three. Now it's going to be three in the key for Elias. Now it's going to be on Brown. Union's teammates trying to giving him a little instruction. There's another tic-tac foul inside. That's going to be on Walker as well, I do believe. There's 1 minute and 3 seconds to go in this one. 94-69 is your score. First one up, no good for Crawford. Next one on the way. Good. Crawford followed a shot, thought he missed that one. Now kicked out to Danny, and now back into Walker. Walker is going to walk it over the timeline. 1 minute remaining in this one. 94-70 is your score. Over to Washington, now picked off to Mills. Mills going the other way, and the hometown hero is going to try to get on the board with a dunk, but he missed it. As Devin Mills had a dunk and missed it, he should have just lay it in, young fella. Just get the two if you know you can't throw it down. But Devin Mills was dunking in warm-ups. But he misses the easy one there. (94-70) your score. Brown goes up and shoots that one. Goes in. Next one on the way. Good. Brown nails both of them. As now Crawford going to bring it down the other way. Or, excuse me, that's Combs. Now he goes over to Crawford at the top of the key. Crawford has his ball taken away briefly by Walker, but he goes out of bounds. 34 on the shot clock. Or game clock, 25 on the shot clock. That's out front to Crawford. Crawford handoff to Combs. Combs guarded by Walker, 19 on the shot clock. He shoots one in to a big number of 41. That's Austin Brewer. Brewer gets the easy two. As that's up ahead to Elias. Elias puts it in for two. 19 seconds. This one is all but over. As 15 seconds remain, 14. Over to Mills. Mills thinks about the three. Kicks it back out front to Combs. Combs gets the screen for Crawford. Instead goes back out front to Mills. 4 seconds. As Mills going to take a long three. No good. Rims out. Rebounded by Stuart Washington. And that's going to be the ball game as the Bulldogs beat the Eagles. I thought the scoreboard went off on me there. But nonetheless, Bulldogs go over on the Eagles of Alice Lloyd. Union will move on to play Bryan this Saturday. And still up in the air whether we're going to have that one for you or not. I haven't got word back from the Bryan folks down there in Tennessee, so hopefully I get their word if they're coming or not. But if they'll let me come or not. So we'll see how that goes. Has a great display here as the Bulldogs, a couple of the players from Corbin made their way, middle school players from Corbin, grade school, middle school. As they were down here watching the game, they get high fives from all the players. Awesome display there for the Bulldogs as they head into the locker room. As hopefully we'll have Coach Burton on for you, but stay with us nonetheless. As hopefully you can get that score back up there. As I wasn't paying attention, so you guys at home probably know the score better than me right now. But it was Union in their 90s, Alice Lloyd in their 60s. If that tells you anything, hopefully when I get stats, I'll get that final score for you. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, though, stick with us. We'll have final game stats. We'll also have Coach Burton. You're listening to the Bulldog Sports Network.
I'm at the top of my class.
I am pursuing a double major.
I am a student athlete.
I am pursuing a postgraduate degree.
I am a helping hand.
I am from England.
I am an aspiring artist.
I am a future doctor.
I'm a soldier.
I am inspired.
No matter what describes us or what our goals may be, there is one thing we all have in common.
Together we are Union.
Think big about a small school. Think Union. Visit unionky.edu. EDU.
I'm the first college graduate in my family.
I am a fan of classic literature.
I am a fine arts major.
I am strong in my faith.
I am a fitness fanatic.
I am a champion.
I am working my way through college.
I am ambitious.
I am a Southern Belle.
I'm a single parent in college.
No matter what describes us or what our goals may be, there is one thing we all have in common.
Together we are Union.
Think big about a small school. Think Union. Visit unionky.edu.
Whether it's new or used parts you need, car parts, truck parts, SUV parts, foreign and domestic parts, any part from A to Z, Davis Salvage and Auto Parts on the Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin has it or can find it. Davis Salvage specializes in late model auto and truck parts. For over 40 years, the Davis family has supplied customers all over the United States with new and used auto and truck parts. Davis Salvage, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. or online at davissalvage.com. Take a look at their inventory. Davis Salvage and Truck Parts on the Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin, the only place to go for all your vehicle needs. Whether it's new or used parts you need, car parts, truck parts, SUV parts, foreign and domestic parts, any part from A to Z, Davis Salvage and Auto Parts on the Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin has it or can find it. Davis Salvage specializes in late model auto and truck parts. For over 40 years, the Davis family has supplied customers all over the United States with new and used auto and truck parts. Davis Salvage, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. or online at davissalvage.com. Take a look at their inventory. Davis Salvage and Truck Parts on the Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin, the only place to go for all your vehicle needs.
Pool parties are making a huge splash at the new Stivers Aquatic and Wellness Center in Barberville, home of the area's only indoor Olympic-sized swimming pool. Guests will enjoy 2 hours of fun in both the pool and party room. Parties are now being scheduled for any day of the week. Book yours today. Call 546-0005 or visit us on the web at stiverscenter.org. Stivers Aquatic and Wellness Center. It's good for you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bulldog Sports Network. As if you're joining us here on the BSN and watching, you will see the women's team out front practicing as the Union wins it 98-72 over Alice Lloyd. We're going to have Coach Burton joining us right now in just a moment as the Bulldogs win here this evening. As Union will move on to 12-3 overall, it will move on. It wasn't a conference game, as Alice Lloyd will drop to 7-7 on the season. As stats are on the way up there, but Coach Burton, good win here tonight.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it. Are you talking about our 3-on-3 earlier this afternoon, or are you talking about our game?
Well, we went undefeated earlier.
We did.
3-on-3.
We
so
did. We ran the table this afternoon.
We did. So I had to pull us out of some tight situations.
That's right. You were Mr. Clutch today.
But nonetheless, kept the foot on the gas here today. No let up as you go on to beat Alice Lloyd. Beat you all earlier in the season.
First game of the year, yep.
Absolutely. So I guess is this kind of a measuring stick of how far you guys have come thus far?
Well, I don't know about that. It's for me it was a observation learning game as much as it was a coaching game, just because obviously John Trey Stevens it was his first game of the season. Yeah. It was Maurice Turner's second game of the season. He only played 7 minutes the first game. I didn't want to overdo it. His first game of the season, a couple days ago. It's Deshaun Harrison's third game of the season, and so and then of course Tyler Wagner's out with an infection, and so our personnel has continuously changed all season long, and I knew that going into the year. I knew that's what was going to happen. So it's not like it's a surprise necessarily. So hopefully the rest of the way we will have some level of consistency as far as our personnel goes, so that we understand how to game plan and get matchups the right way and all this. And you saw some of those specific things tonight that we did defensively with personnel changes on a defensive possession and things of that nature. And I was pleased with that. I was surprised that our organization during the game, as far as who you're coming in. I know it sounds silly, but or simple possibly, but who you're subbing in for and what defense we're changing to and all that. I was pleasantly surprised that was pretty clean tonight. There weren't really any issues tonight, and so that part I was pretty pleased about. Obviously, I'm very pleased with how we played. I thought we played good.
I did too, yeah.
And the other night, we didn't look like we looked like a totally different team, didn't we? And I thought man-to-man defensive-wise, no question, it was our best effort of the season. We came in with a very specific idea of how to adjust for their personnel, and I was really pleased with how our players took that information I gave them, and we altered a few things philosophically, and it seemed like it paid off. But coaches can always change things philosophically. If your players don't go out and actually perform and produce it, it doesn't matter. And today it was a combination of, the coach, we changed a few things philosophically and for this game specifically, and the players actually did a good job of following through with us. I know we scored a bunch of points, and there was some dunks, and there was some made shots and all that, and I thought Deontay did a pretty good job tonight as well. But that was my favorite part, is that, they had a tough time scoring. Very, very few times did they, create an open shot for each other. And when they did score, it was under duress, or it was from us fouling them and going to the free throw line, which we need to clean up. So I was pretty pleased.
Well, everybody's going to look at the stat sheet and see DeAndre Stevens, 19 points. What did you take away from him take away the points, the long threes? But what did you take away from him in his action here tonight as point guard?
Well, I can't take away those threes because he made them.
I didn't know he could. You didn't tell me he could shoot, Coach.
He's of course everybody's a shooter.
Yeah.
We're looking for makers.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, he's a good player, and tonight was his first game in a lot of years, several years. He was a great player, high school player in the '80s in Cincinnati. I'm kidding about that, but he's a good guy. He's very coachable. He's easy to be around. He's just an easy guy to be around, and he's a good player. He's got a high level of intellect, basketball intellect, and he sees a lot of things on the floor. And I was just pleased that. His composure was good. His nerves were pretty good, and I liked I liked the way he played. I thought he did a lot of good things. Obviously, when you make shots, it seems like you maybe play better than you did. But I thought, even taking away those shots, I thought he was just a solid player and got the ball where it was supposed to be and did a good job defensively. So I was pleased with him, and I thought Maurice Turner played an excellent game. So our point guard spot with those two guys. Had come into the game with 0 minutes and 7 minutes on the season, and I thought they got a lot out of this game. So I was real pleased with that. And I know, you didn't see Dalton Whitney play tonight. You didn't see Mike Buter playing the one. You didn't see Nay Walker playing the one. But because I wanted to get those guys as many reps as possible to catch them up as fast as we can, because obviously Saturday's a huge game at Bryan.
Absolutely. Last time out, you had Tyler Rogers, 31-16 against you guys. Tonight, you kind of roped him in 12-8. I don't think he had a rebound at halftime. So rebounding, was that a point of this game after that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the other thing was not only him, but it was the perimeter defense of not getting blown by and the guy guarding Rogers having to help on the driver and then leaving them dumping off for him for dunks and short shots. That happened one time tonight, maybe the first couple possessions of the game, where Deontay had to help and they pitch it to him. But besides that, we didn't have to help off to the driver, and that was one of our philosophies, that we were really trying to go in the game of doing a good job of guarding drivers, so that we didn't have to help off of because as you see, they try to space it out, try to drive and draw and kick, and they had a tough time doing that.
Coach, any final thoughts? I'll get you out of here.
No, I mean I was real pleased with our performance. Our guys tonight was one of the not because of our opponent, but for our players. For me, it was a fun game because I got to manage the game as opposed to coaching every aspect of it and holding people's hands on one thing or another. They were kind of dotting the I's and crossing T's without me having, and so that was it was a more enjoyable experience for me on the sideline. And hopefully we can continue to do that and build some momentum going into conference play again. So,
thanks, Coach. I'll see you Saturday.
Thanks, Don. Appreciate it.
It's Coach Burton's. Now we're going to get to final game stats, and then we're going to get you out of here as well. We're going to start with Alice Lloyd as they fall to Union today, 98-72. First for Alice Lloyd. A couple players in double figures, but they were led by Tyler Brewer. He had 19, shot 4 for 8 from the field. And missed a free throw. His only 3-point attempt, 11 for 19 from the charity stripe. 2 players with 12 points. It was Tyler Rogers, also had 8 rebounds, and Cody Stumbo, who had 12 and 8 as well. Rounding out the scoring column, Isaac Wilson had 7 from Corbin. Stuart Stamper had 9. He didn't score 7 from Corbin. He is from Corbin. As 9 points for Stuart Stamper, 6 points for Nick Litton. 3 points for number 12, Jordan Atkins. 1 point for Trevor Combs, and 1 point for Zach Crawford. That rounds out. And 2 points for Austin Brewer. Can't forget about him as that rounds out the scoring column for the Eagles. Eagles shot 32% from the field, 20% from three-point range, and 60% from the charity stripe. And now on to the Bulldogs for Union. They were led in scoring with 19 by DeAndre Stevens, 7 for 13 from the field, 5 for 8 from three-point range. He had 3 assists and 1 turnover, 3 steals. Solid stat line. First time out for that young man. And what a performance it was. Next with 15 points was Deontay Johnson, also added 7 rebounds to that. Had a block as well. 11 points was scored by Maurice Turner, the backup point guard. He had 7 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 block, 2 turnovers. That was your only 3 players in double figures. After that, Fitzgerald White had 4 points. Gerard Newby had 2 points. 9 points scored by Michael Buter. 3 points for DeAndre Stevens. Or, excuse me, not DeAndre Stevens. That is number 1, Sean Brown. 9 points for Tarek Smith, 6 points for Tremaine Elias. Archie Adams had 4 points and 5 rebounds. 8 points for Stuart Washington and 9 points for Tashawn Harrison. Whew, it's a mouthful. A lot of points scored there by the Bulldogs today by a lot of different players. Just about everybody got on the board. For the game, 47% for the Bulldogs from the field goal range, 34% from 3, and 66% from the charity stripe, as Union outscored Alice Lloyd 52-32 in the paint. Their bench scored 39 points to Alice Lloyd's 13, and second chance points, Union had 10 of those, 0 for Alice Lloyd, as Union ended up getting a fast break three-pointer as well. But besides that, 98-72 is your final score. So for all my cast and crew, I'm going to get out of here. It was great to have you guys here on the Bulldog Sports Network. As I said, stay tuned to the Bulldog Sports Network there. Stay tuned to ucbulldogs.com, as we're going to see if we can go to Bryan and broadcast on Saturday. We got our fingers crossed. That's going to be a huge game for both teams, as women's and men's, as Bryan has become a big rival as of late. So hopefully we can get you there and we can broadcast it on the Bulldog Sports Network. But for all my cast and crew, for John Gatto and Jay Stansel, Sports Information Directors, keeping all the stats going. For my broadcast, not my broadcast partner, but my camera woman today, which was Mara Rice, and along with Aaliyah Lumpson. For myself, I have been the voice of the Bulldogs, John North, signing off, as we'll be back with you hopefully on Saturday. If not, I'll catch you down the line. Bulldogs win 98-72.
Whether it's
The Union College Athletic Department would like to thank all of our corporate sponsors who made today's broadcast possible on the Bulldog Sports Network. You can listen to today's broadcast at any time on demand and find scores, schedules, rosters, and recaps only at ucbulldogs.com.